Alright, it's time for another video. I gotta talk about Trump again. Look, lads and laddies, sincerely, I don't get it. I don't get what the whole fear is around Trump. I don't understand how people can justifiably claim that he's racist. Like, you see, you devalue the word racist by even spouting that. I don't understand where people get off on this Project 2025 thing, even if Trump was doing the project. He's not, by the way, right? He's got no association with this thing. But even if Trump was doing the Project 2025 thing, I don't, what's the issue? The Democrats could put out this thing and they blatantly say, oh, we're going to put socialists into these positions, and people wouldn't bat an eye. But oh no, what's this? The Heritage Foundation think tank says they want to put conservatives in place, or what have you. I don't get what the fear mongering is about. I don't get how people justify their fear about it. What's so scary about conservatives? I'm a conservative. What's so scary about the conservative? Well, actually, I'm a centrist, but for the times, I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative because, well, the political compass has shifted. You see, Trump, he's a 90s liberal. He's a 90s liberal. You can find Obama talking the same way this guy talks. What? Where do people justify this stuff? All of a sudden, the Democrats put Kamala Harris in. She didn't even get voted in. All right, she's a blatant selection. There's no election that took place. And somehow, some way, people will actually shut up and vote. You shut up and vote, all of a sudden, oh, look, they put Kamala Harris in. She's saying she's black. Never mind that she said she was Indian on film for years prior. Oh, she's saying she's black. Oh, I'm going to vote for her now. You see, how did they get that past y'all? How did they get that past y'all? And then people want to say, oh, you're shaming black people into not voting for Kamala. Vote for Kamala if you wanna. You see, there's a thing that's gonna happen if Kamala wins, for instance, and the demographics come out, and oh, so many black people voted for her, so and so and so on and so forth. There's a thing that's gonna happen wherein whatever happens thereafter, no one's gonna have sympathy. It's gonna be your baby. That will be your baby to deal with in post. When all the immigrants are taking the jobs and what have you, that's going to be your baby to deal with. That's happening already. That's happening already. I'm supposed to have sympathy for the Afro-Americans because they voted in a regime that would give their jobs away to illegal immigrants. And I'm not supposed to have I can't have sympathy for that. I can't even muster that sympathy. Because the man them chose this themselves. You chose that yourselves, mate. So, you know, if current regime were to go through again with Kamala, you know, at that point, whatever new proxy wars get kicked up, I'm going to have to talk different about them. I'm going to say, oh, well, hopefully it's a quick resource acquisition or what have you. That will really be how things will change. Because at that point, it's folly to say, oh my gosh, they started another proxy war. Look at how they're running the people. They're fooling the masses, so on and so forth. This is it's a non sequitur doing all of that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time because the masses like to be fooled. You see what's so crazy? Trump, the racist Trump thing. Why is Trump having so many black people speak at his rallies? No doubt to garner the black vote, of course. But if he's racist, why would he even entertain that? That's the thing when I say people gotta make sense of the racist Trump, the alt-right Trump and all of that. Y'all gotta make sense of that. Because there's nothing that's really been presented that makes it make sense. There's absolutely nothing that's been presented that makes it make sense. And at some point it becomes a madness to it becomes a madness to even respond to this stuff. I'm pondering if I should even post this video right now that I'm recording. It becomes a madness to bother responding to this stuff. Oh, what about Project 2025? But Trump has already denounced it. He's not interested. There might be some overlap this way and this way, this way and that way with what he wants to do and what's in the project. But if you read the Project 2025, all 900 pages of it, which no one's gonna fucking do that. You can't pay me to do that. But if you read the whole thing, you'll no doubt find overlap with the Democrat manifesto. It might even be the exact same thing, barring, I don't know, climate change and abortion and what have you, various things like that. And language, very specific language, such as conservative or liberal. Are you putting a conservative in place, or are you putting a liberal in place, with quote-unquote liberal? Like, you're gonna find it's the same thing. Heck, you'll even find the Dems right now will forward people into positions who are not qualified for those positions. They call it a DEI hire. And then if the person does a bad job, then what? Then it's a good excuse not to put someone of color back into that position. You see, they weaponize you yourselves against you. Black man and black woman. They weaponize you yourselves against you. But the man them never catch on. You know what's crazy? I don't understand how the Dems have so much support from black families, from black America, as it were. I sincerely don't get it. They keep on putting out this messaging that they're anti-you. They don't want more of you. Do the abortions. They don't want more. The abortions thing is crazy, by the way, man. Margaret Sanger invented this thing saying that the Negroes are prolific breeders and that they need to run a eugenics program on them. That's what Margaret Sanger said. It's not alleged. That's written. That's written, bro. And then you've got the Dems telling black man to shut up and vote and let us abort your babe. Like, they don't want more of you. That should really be it. You know, that should really be it right there. They don't want more of you. They don't want your communities to be run with law and order. They don't want anything good for you. But oh no, oh look, Kamala Harris. She's saying she's black. Oh, I gotta vote for her now. Is that how easy it is to get your vote? That's shameful. I might lose some people with this video. I don't really care. But that's shameful, man. Honestly, your vote should be worth so much more. You should have a far more astute lens to be taken on this political landscape. Really. Far more astute lens. Don't think just because you were able to see through Abu Dhabi 2021 that all of a sudden you are immune to the propaganda. You are not. No one is immune to the propaganda. You have to be astute to make sure that you do not fall for the propaganda. Now, here's the thing about Trump. There's only ever negative reporting around this guy. Fox, they have to report. They have to report positively because otherwise the kayfabe's gonna break. But there's always negative reporting, right? There's so much negative reporting around Trump. It's all white noise at this point. Who even cares? And if you believe all of that false reporting, all this fake news that they're putting out, quite frankly, if you believe it, and then all of a sudden you start airing on the internet or wherever to your family, to your spouse, to your friends that, oh, Trump is a racist. You know, the internet's in your hands, right? The information is at your fingertips. It's a Google search away. Why did Trump pay for... There was a black driver that helped Trump one time on the highway. I'm not sure if his car broke down or what. But he helped Trump. And then Trump paid off all of his housing fees. Paid his mortgage. Right? Racist outright? Why is he paying black men anything? That was just a random civilian. Right? That wasn't a celebrity or anything. That was just a random civilian. That story you won't even know about without searching it. And then somehow the media can spin it to you that, oh, Trump is a racist. Trump is outright. Ooh, Trump is coming for you, black man and woman. Like, no. No, dudes. No, you can't fall for such shit. You can't fall for such shit and expect people to still take you seriously. It's not going to happen. You see, the funny thing about Trump is he just wants you to like him. He's such a simple man. He just wants you to like him. This is why they call him a populist or whatever. Now, of course, there are some popular decisions that are probably not good ones to make. But he's going to have plenty of advisors to tell him yay or nay on any of these things. But there's going to be some popular decisions that are not good ones to make. Granted. But at the end of the day, the guy just wants you to like him. Is he a narcissist in that way? Sure. You see, there's bad things to say about Trump, but they're not enough to move the needle and suddenly convince me to... I don't even have a vote in this matter, but suddenly convince me to vote for this race fluid Kamala Harris over here. One day she Indian, next day she white, day after she black, so on and so forth. Like, if that moved the needle, if all that bullshit they just say about Kamala to fucking get you to shut up and vote moves the needle for you, then I don't know, you're probably too far gone. You're probably too far gone, man. It's one of those situations where you're only going to see it when you eventually vote in the socialists or the Marxists and they fuck up the whole situation. And then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh shit, they were right. about these people? Well, suppose people will just have to see what happens when they get what they want to get. There's plenty of reasons to be scared of Trump, but there's none of the ones that were listed in the comment section. It's none of those. And it's none of the reasons like this channel, like Politics with Tabitha or whatever. I forget what the channel's called. Tabitha channel. Quiet as kept. This woman has Trump derangement syndrome. Like, she shouldn't be listened to, really. But whatever. People can do what they want. Spend some money this way, that way. It's all good. People are going to say she don't make money. I don't know. She probably got a Patreon open somewhere. Probably I should open a fucking Patreon, but whatever, man. I wouldn't post content, so I can't justify that. But I mean, like, this Tabitha channel wasn't talking about anything. She did a lot of talking about Project 2025. It was a waste of time. You're wasting your time doing that. The whole Trump is racist thing, I don't grasp that. The whole Trump is bad for black people thing, I don't grasp that either. Did you know that before the pandemic, Trump had the African American unemployment rate at the lowest it's ever... Well, it's gotten lower since then, but at the lowest it's ever been since it was recorded. Since that stat has been recorded. He got it so low the Dems had to actually look a little competent with the black man for a second. Oh my God. I remember you can get film actually of what's the State of the Nation address. You can get film of it when Trump announces that the African American unemployment rate is at the lowest it's ever been ever since the stat's been recorded. Everybody's clapping but the Dems. It's funny, that one, right? Real funny. Real funny. Now, of course, in post, the Biden administration, they somehow got that number down to, what did Trump have it at? 6.1%. I think the Dems got it down to 5.5%. All of a sudden, they had to look competent because Trump forced their hand. Matter of fact, they actually released the pandemic because the Trump economy was doing too good. So they say, fuck it. Fuck up the whole thing. Allegedly. Allegedly on that one. But you can't let the apparatus fool you on these things. Seriously, you cannot. You cannot. I got too many expectations for y'all. You can't be letting the apparatus fool you. You can't be letting Kamala Harris do a fucking twerk rally and get your vote from it. Come on now. Come on now, have some self-respect. Have some self-respect. Be humble enough to do the sincere research. All the things that they try to tell you about Trump, they're debunked so quickly. It's not even worth addressing them. They're debunked so quickly. You can't let the apparatus fool you. If all the appendages of the media apparatus are all against Trump, that should be a signal for you that, like, this is probably the guy. This is probably the closest to a civilian that you're going to get into the office. Why do the Republicans put Trump into the nominee? Because they can't maintain kayfabe while keeping Trump out. Because the people are gonna say, oh, but we wanted Trump. Why did you not put him in? And then the kayfabe falls away, and all of a sudden the Republican Party has to dissolve or something. You reform it into something new. That's another thing. The political apparatus itself, both the left and the right, do not like Trump. Why? Because he's an outsider, the interloper, or what have you? They hate him as much as they would hate you if you were to enter the political sphere and somehow make gains over them. That should tell you all you need to know. I don't even want a soapbox on this shit. I don't like this fucking soapbox thing. But come on now, wise up. Wise up. It's a madness, some of the storylines they can run by people, and the people just lap it up. Wise up. We are in the information age, and boy do they like peddling disinformation to y'all. Oh my days. But you know what? I don't even blame them. I don't even blame them anymore, because you can do the research your damn self. You've got all of mankind's collective knowledge at your fingertips through your phone or through your laptop or on your TV if you're browsing the internet through your TV. You've got all the knowledge. You've got all the film, you've got all the pictures, you've got all the sounds, all the sound bites, all the audibles, it's all there. But rather than doing the research, what are people going to do? They're going to fall for the propaganda and they're going to get back on the Democratic plantation and shut up and vote. That's a madness to me. That's a pure madness to me. You see, it's reasons like this that one actually has to entertain the mind control patterns and all of that. There's reasons like this. The alternative is that, well, people are just that stupid. And that's probably more terrifying than the mind control patterns being real. So, you know, wise up. Wise up. This man are calling Trump outright. That's a 90s liberal. He's a 90s liberal. How can you be outright and be pro-LGBT? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make a damn lick of sense. But people buy it. People get on their soapbox and they come to the channel and they start hearing the stuff. No, you can't do that. That's not congruent with reality, its damn self. You can't do that. Like, you see, there's no other presidential candidate where they've had to all of a sudden start forwarding all this propaganda to the masses to try and get them disinterested in it. There's no other presidential candidate that's happened to. That should be all you need to know. That should be all you need to see. Trump kissing black babies, they calling them racist. This is madness, man. Anyway, that should be the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace.